We're
Oh,
live.
hi!
We're live. How does it get any better than this?
You're alive!
You're alive.
No way. Okay, hi everyone. Welcome to the launch of the joy of technology. How does it get any better than this? As you can see, Liam and I have even worn our matching paisley shirts.
Yes. I'm going to show mine now. Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
Matching paisley shirts.
It's the joy of technology uniform, apparently.
Yeah. Go and get your paisley shirt on now, because otherwise you can't have any joy with technology.
And then take a selfie. And if you don't know how to take a selfie, then you can ask us. That's the joy of technology.
Well,
And
maybe that's one of the fun things that we can do straight away, Rebecca, is like, why not take a selfie of you in your paisley or your Joy of Technology uniform that you like to wear and stick it on the Facebook page?
oh my gosh, we would love that. So we would like
Yeah.
you to go to Facebook.
Oh, we've lost your voice. Oh, what's that in there? Can you hear me, Rebecca?
I can hear you.
Oh, okay. I can't hear me.
You, you okay?
Yeah, as long as you can hear me, that's fine, because I can't hear a word I'm saying.
Yeah, and we have a chat box, and so we actually want to interact with you. So come and say hi, come and say that you can hear us, that we're live, that you can see us, and ask your questions. And I've popped the little link up there for you to pop your Joy of Technology stuff, your selfie of us watching the Hangout, and we want to see what you're up to. Can you hear us? Are we talking to no one? Are we just going to have an hour of fun by ourselves?
Oh, well, that suits me fine. How about an hour of fun with a handsome-looking old dude and an hour of fun with a beautiful-looking young woman?
Thank you.
How does it get any better than that?
Yeah. Well, like, what? Thank you, Jean. Um, so yeah, what is the joy of technology? What are we doing, Liam, on this hangout? And what are we doing with a picture of us as cartoons on rockets next to the words "The Joy of Technology Summit"? Let us in.
Well, that's a really great question. I guess this particular um, hangout is really about introducing you to who we be, what we do with technology. We're going to tell you a little bit about ourselves and about the nine amazing presenters that we have from all over the world, from Australia, from America, from I don't even know where from.
We do
Uh,
have 10. We're using all 10 fingers. We have 10.
all, all 10 fingers. Yeah, so
This is great.
we're the 12 disciples of technology.
Yes.
And we'd like to invite you to a different possibility, some joy in technology. Now, some of it is going to be, so I was just talking about today. So we're going to introduce you to those other 10 people and just briefly say how amazing they are, and so you know who they are and what their package is, what they're actually going to be talking about on their free live interview with us over the month of July. And then we might just do a little bit of podpocking and a little bit of fun with the joy of technology. And of course, Rebecca and I are totally weird and fantastically crazy and willing to follow the energy. So none of this is pre-planned. We're just going to follow the energy and see what shows up and create from that. If you're interested in that, then you're on the right spot. If not, oh well, have fun trying to catch up with us.
That's so funny. Yeah, so who are we, Liam? What are we doing?
Oh, well, okay, so some people might not know what the joy of technology is. It was my creation a few years ago to assist people with technology, because what we found with a lot of the access facilitators that they really didn't know what the hell they were doing with their technology, and a lot of them had points of view about technology as being wrong or right, or didn't work for them, or was hard work, or they didn't know how to, plug in their iPhone or how to do a YouTube video or any of these sorts of things. So your point of view creates your reality, which we all know. If you don't know that, you know it now. And when you have a point of view, anything that does not match your point of view means that you can't change anything. You can't do anything differently. So if your point of view that technology is a load of bullshit, that it's crap, it's hard work, then, and it always breaking down and all of these sorts of things, then that's exactly what you've got to create with technology. And it's not much fun. There's no joy in it. Is there joy in technology for you, Rebecca?
Absolutely. Like, people look at me and they wonder, like, oh my gosh, she's such a workaholic. She does so much. She's attached to that computer. Is she gonna marry it? But for me, it's actually all play. Like, I adore like being able to create these different things online and how easy it is. And in fact, for me personally, I just completely re-updated my website, like a complete revamp. And normally in this reality, website revamp would take anywhere from 3 weeks to a month, 3 months, depending on the type of revamp you're doing. And I completely updated the entire look and feel of my site in an hour.
Wow,
And
that's totally amazing, huh?
that's a really like magical superpower. Like, that's something that shouldn't actually exist in this reality. Yeah, it did, and it was so easy. And what if we could really all step up to this kind of speed? And so for me, that's the exciting part, is how many magical superpowers do you have that you get to unlock through technology? How much easier can your life be? How much easier can money be? Just, yeah, it's just something that's really, really awesome and fun. And so we've got a few questions that have come through here. And a couple of people have said, I have no idea how to do a selfie on a computer. Well, if you have a phone, it may be ease, joy, and glory to do it on your phone. So, phone, camera, then there will be a share button, and then you click that share button. Here we go. I'll do it right now in front of you, for you. So we're going to go into, on my
Hang on a
phone.
minute, Rebecca. I've just got to add this. This is technological porn, by the way, guys.
What have you got for us?
Just you doing what you're doing, it just gets my molecules vibrating to such a degree. It's like fun. We're actually going to show you right now how to take a selfie live.
Right.
It's like, woohoo!
Okay, cool. So, selfie. Selfie taken. You go into your gallery and you pick up your picture. Then there's a share button. The share button brings up a whole lot of cool stuff. Then you click on Facebook, and then you say, watching the Joy of Technology Summit launch live. And you can hit post. And then, if you want to be clever, you can find it on Facebook. And then you can click share. Actually, don't click share. You can just tag us in it by going at Joy, all one word, Joy of Technology. And that tags us. Hi! How easy
cool
to
is
do
that?
Just like that.
No, the other thing you can do is you can take a selfie on your iPhone or your smartphone, download it onto your computer, and then upload it into your Facebook, which is a little bit more laborious, but that's the way that I would do it if I didn't have Facebook on my smartphone.
Yeah. And I'm also going to say, people that are saying, how do I get on the summit? So asking.
So one of the things with what we've just done there is we've shown you two ways of how to actually get on to Facebook with a selfie photograph taken from your iPhone. And this is something that a lot of people don't realize with technology, is that there are often multiple ways of doing things. And maybe you found that when you're having sex, that there's not just the missionary position, yeah? There's all sorts of different ways that you can have. I know I have to start talking about sex, but that's the
Just
way
what we do.
So but the
Yeah.
thing is, if you're willing to ask the question, like, okay, maybe this way doesn't work for you, what way would work? And ask a question. So how do I do it, and how do I do it that works for me? Yeah, and then you
Right.
might find a different way of showing up with technology.
Absolutely. And I mean, the cool thing about technology nowadays is that you don't have to have it all the same or do it the same as everyone else or even use the same tools. Liam has an iPhone. I have an Android. But some
That's
people like,
because mine is superior to hers, but there we go.
really? That's okay. You can have that one because an iPhone can be superior, but a male will never be superior to a woman.
Thank you very much, Rebecca. Thank you very much. How's it
You're
going, guys?
welcome. Manipulated live on the air.
Yeah. But why we're manipulating each other and having fun doing that, what we're really looking at is being an interesting point of view. So when somebody says, "Oh, iPhone's better than smartphone," it's sort of like they have a point of view about it, and then if they buy an iPhone and it's a pile of poo, they won't be able to see that lemon coming because they have already decided that the iPhone is far superior. So
Right.
a lot of technology that people buy into is actually based on their point of view, that you should have the latest, greatest super whiz-bang thing. And one of our presenters, actually, Max Zulik, will be looking at doing some really great videography tricks. And he'll be talking about camera lighting, different choices of cameras, and all of this sort of stuff to make really great YouTube videos. But one of the things is you don't need a $3,000 video camera. You can just use your smartphone or your iPhone to do all these amazing things with. So he's going to be talking about some of that. But if you have the point of view that you have to have a $3,000 camera in order to do great YouTube videos, if you haven't got $3,000, you ain't going to start creating. So
Right.
everything that is, everywhere where you have a point of view about this, that, or the other about technology, you might want to, what we call pod and pocket, and destroy and uncreate it.
Liam, can I pod park you?
Oh my God, am I blushing?
Right, wrong, good, bad, pod park, all nine shorts, boys and beyond. This is the Access Consciousness Clearing Statement. Both Liam and I love the Access Consciousness tools because they create such a great change for us in our lives and with technology. So it is one of those tools that we will be using a lot during the summit. So we will not only be bringing up the energies and giving you the ideas on how to change your reality with technology, but actually doing the actual change. So we don't leave you hanging.
Thank you, Rebecca, for bringing that up, because I'd also like to say a big thank you to these Access Consciousness tools, because the Joy of Technology is actually a specialist class within Access, and I love the tools. They've changed my life dynamically, and by using these tools you can actually have greater ease and awareness with technology. So all of the people that are presenting on the summit have all done a certain amount of access, and they're having phenomenal results with their technologically based businesses. And that's one of the reasons why we wanted to bring this bunch of amazing people together, is because they all have one thing in common, is that they're all shooting for creating joy with technology using consciousness and using these Access Consciousness tools.
Yeah. And I just want to notice we're having a bit of a viral chat feed at the moment. We will be talking about Google Hangouts. We're not going to be doing that in this video, but it is in the summit in great detail. We know that there's something that you're asking for, so Please don't panic. It's coming. It will happen. You will have greater ease with Google Hangouts than you ever thought was possible.
Google Hangouts. When Google Hangouts first came around, I spent a whole day studying Google Hangouts. And in the end, I went, nah, this is not working for me. I was literally pulling my hair out. And this is something about the joy of technology. If you're pulling your hair out, I call it the cup of tea. Go and have a cup of tea tool. If you're pulling your hair out, if it's getting frustration, if you're getting angry, if you're talking to your computer, then that's the time to actually stop, go and make yourself a cup of tea, or go run around the block, or go and have some sex, or go and do whatever. Because otherwise you won't be able to receive from your technology.
Yeah, and woohoo! Karen just took a selfie with her iPhone for the first time. Yay! How awesome! Yeah, and Malika, we will keep talking about sex just for you. Keep you curious and paying more attention. So yeah, like one of the things with the Joy of Technology Summit, and just even being in the energy of the Joy of Technology, is yesterday I had a client's site go completely down. It disappeared off the face of the earth, and she is launching a new program, and it goes live tomorrow, and it was just like, okay, crap. And I tried what I knew, and I asked the questions, and I used the tools, and it wasn't quite happening. And so it's like, okay, what is really left here? And it was like, just leave it. Just go have a cup of tea. Go do anything else but get stressed out and start to contract this energy of the site being down. Because with the contraction and the, oh my gosh, this is terrible, this is going on, this is such a trauma, this shouldn't be happening, this is going live tomorrow, and putting all that contraction and energy and judgments on it is only going to make it worse. And so if I just, oh my gosh, the site is down. Wow, the Joy of Technology Summit is tomorrow. Did people want me to be aware of how much trauma and drama and upset they're having with their technology? Okay, I've got it now. What's it going to take for this to dissipate with ease?
That's so cool, because yesterday I must have been picking up on you, because I had another Google Hangout called Living Beyond the Shadow of Disease, and of course I sent out the wrong link, or the wrong link somehow got sent out, and so nobody actually got to watch the thing live, which was really interesting. Now I could have gone to the wrongness of that, yeah, and gone, oh my God, you know, I'm stupid, I'm crazy, it's not fair, what did I do wrong, I must have done something terribly bad and wrong in a previous lifetime, but instead I just got to it and started to create a different reality. Okay, so what have I got to do now? What's the next step? So anywhere where you've made yourself wrong for creating not what you wanted in technology, would you be willing to destroy and uncreate it all on 3? And for all of our lovely watchers, well, I think we've got 18 or 19 people with us at the moment. Can we now put our hands up, and we'll destroy and create everywhere where we've made ourselves wrong about technology on 3. And we're going to flick it out like this. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Woo!
Nice. And so that's another access consciousness tool that we use. It's like a molecular blast. It's kind of like having atom bombs at your disposal, which is kind of fun. I love that kind of stuff. And this is a really pragmatic and easy way to take the charge off all that kind of stuff that is going on for you around technology. There's a thing that I've really noticed with my clients is something that I just call like computer panic. And it's when you, the humanoid, do something and you've changed and you're different and you go and try and do something the same on your computer, but you're different, so the molecules of the computer are acting different with you, and you expect it to be the same, and it's not, and you think it should be doing what it always does, but you're the one that's different, and it's just one of those big messy cycles, and you can see how that goes on and on and on. And everything that just brings up, and wherever you went with that story or the words or the energy of what I just said, would you like to destroy it and create a door?
Yes.
Thank you.
I'll pod pock you this time, Rebecca.
Please do.
Good and bad, right? Rom, pod pock, all nine shorts, boys, and beyond. Now, we do have some people that have never heard of access consciousness and this weird ass clearing statement. If you want to know more about that, go to the clearingstatement.com and there'll be an audio you can listen to and some words that you can read. It's very scientific in its basis, but basically it just clears the energy of where you're blocked. That's all you really need to know, and then it works. How does it get any easier?
Exactly. Yeah, and so there's actually some different realities that you can have with technology. So what if it's a joy that you're always different? Like, are you actually the same as you were 3 years ago?
Definitely not.
And are you the same as you were a year ago?
Definitely not.
And what about 6 months ago?
What about 6 minutes ago?
I know, right? And so what if every experience was going to be different? And so when something happened that's not normal, it's like, oh, okay, well, I'm different. So I wonder what I have to do different now to get this to work for me. It's a tool that I use all the time.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
one of the things when I do a presentation like this is often I don't know exactly what's going to come up in the presentation. And I had a cup of coffee because I live in New Zealand with a friend this morning, and she's a homeopath, and she was talking about these new homeopathic remedies that they're having, and they're actually making them with technology, homeopathic remedies for technological issues. And she explained how they made them and stuff. It's just frigging amazing. Even homeopathy is catching up with technology and helping to change our points of view around it, which is really, really great. And it's that difference that we be that allows that to change with total ease.
Yeah. Yeah, wow.
I really brought that up, but I did because it was fun for me.
Absolutely. And so what if the summit was just the invitation for you to actually have fun with technology and to have fun with the way that you work and have fun with what you create? Liam and I don't do this stuff because it's all important and serious and all about consciousness. We do it because it's freaking fun for us, and we like to talk, and we have to get a word in edgewise with each other, and we can drop words about sex in there, and we get to talk to phenomenal people and create something different. And so I think I'd really like to share with you, like, who is going to be coming to play with us on the summit. I have it up somewhere on my computer. Here we go. Just the different people and the different possibilities that will be available. And actually, I just first want to share a quote that's on our summit page from the founder of Access Consciousness, Gary. And he says, technology itself will never work to expand awareness. Technology is only as good as the limit of the creator. And for me, it's like, what if technology wasn't the awareness but the tool? And it's up to you to use your awareness to create what you'd like to with the tool. It's like the hammer doesn't create the house, the carpenter does.
Yeah.
And so what can we do with the joy of technology to contribute to you, to contribute to what you would like to create using the tools of technology and using access consciousness?
That sounds like fun to me. Shall we introduce our 10 extra lovers? I mean, 10 extra presenters?
Our technologists?
Our technologists, yeah.
Absolutely. Okay. Do we want to do order, or do we just want to jump around?
I don't mind, whatever you want to do.
Well,
who would you like to introduce first, Rebecca?
Well, I've actually been talking to one of our speakers today, and he's super excited to come on. He is the sweet and phenomenal George Ira Carroll. And he is going to be talking about mobile video exposure and being seen wherever you are in the world. And I don't know if you've met George before, but he is just a powerhouse of change, and I'm so looking forward to the fun and the excitement and the change that we're going to get to create together. So that's one of the hangouts.
That's so cool. I just see that George is from Denver, so he's one of those crazy, weird-ass dudes, I'm sure. I've never met George before, so it'll be really great because you're hosting that one and I can listen in. How's it getting
And
on
you're
that?
gonna like sneak in behind the scenes. That's what you're gonna do. Keep an
Yeah,
eye on.
I'm going to sneak in because I'd really like to hear what George has to say about um, transforming technology using mobile video.
Videos.
Yeah.
And actually, I'm really excited because someone that you're interviewing, Liam, Max Sulik, he's doing another one on videos, The Joy of Videography. And he is a phenomenal cameraman, and he has so much information about cameras, the energy of them, and
Well,
I'm
Max actually does a lot of the video YouTubes for Access Consciousness.
great.
And Max and I were just talking the other day. He's got an amazing package that he's put together. I'll talk about that on the day that I'm interviewing him. Oh, gee, I've just forgotten what I was going to say there. So he's an amazing videographer. Oh, and yes, so he's going to be talking about how to do that with ease, and you don't have to have a $3,000 video camera. In fact, some of his videos are created with just a mobile phone. And when we were talking, we actually found out some information and awareness about movies and how they create movies these days. And if you are brave enough to watch the new Leonardo DiCaprio movie, which is called The Wolf of Wall Street, in there is a whole scene that is only videoed with iPhones, and so yeah, it's just amazing. It's where they're on the aeroplane. It's near the about 2/3 of the way through the movie. It's quite a long scene. It's probably about 5 minutes long, and the whole thing is done on iPhones. And Max has this amazing ability to do these sorts of things. So I'm really interested in talking with Max about that. Oh,
Yeah,
and by the way, guys, if you want to read along with us and find out more about those people, you can find it at joyoftechnology.com/summit. Rebecca, you're much better at typing than me. Could you pop that
I've
into
already
the...
done it. It's already done. There's a
That's
little,
already done.
yeah, there's a
What I
little
love
pop-up
about these
that's on
guys.
your screen. I know. By the time you thought about it, it's already done.
Ask and you shall receive.
Yeah.
So, who's next? Actually, first cap off the rank is Tara. Would you like to talk about Tara,
Yeah.
Rebecca?
Hara is just an energetic rock star powerhouse. Like every single time I have a conversation with her, there's like a billion ideas brought to the table. It's just one of those really dynamic conversations that seem to come up with her, and she has a really amazing way of talking to the energies and the molecules of a brand, of a business, and putting together what it looks like from that. And so we're going to have a conversation from her background as the marketer and graphic designer for the entertainment kind of industry about getting out there with technology and being seen and being heard and being global and having it be you. And so just what an amazing way to kick off the summit. Like, hey, here's a Joy of Technology Summit. Let's now just throw you out there in the world and say, hey, this is what I have. Would this be fun for you? And let's rock. So the energy of that is just pumping me up, actually. Like, how does it get any more awesome?
I'm getting really excited about that because you've mentioned the word business, and business is another one of my absolute joys. There's a joy in business. If you want to find out more, you could pop in and see Simone Molasses on her website, thejoyofbusiness.com. And
Yeah.
here we have somebody that's actually willing to take those tools of access and her own awareness and bring you that how to use technology to start creating more with your business. Wow. I'm so glad I'm in on that. I'm going to be asking some questions just for myself on that one.
I know, right? Don't you feel cool? Like we're the first people that have signed up for the summits. You guys are all second. No, 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 no.
Cool. All right, shall we move on to the next person? Who is the next person that our next technologist? I want to talk about Lisa.
Sure. Let's talk about Lisa.
She is frigging amazing. She's the founder of Creativity Lab. And
I get her emails and I'm like, oh, hi. I just feel creative just by reading your emails. Like.
And she is amazing. Both you wouldn't know that she's a technologist because it comes so much with ease to her. But she's been one of these people that have inspired me in many areas, including business and including technology and including writing books as well. So she's going to be looking at how to overcome the frustration and how to create with more ease and joy. And she's a wealth of knowledge. She has her own business within Access called Creativity Lab, which I mentioned earlier. And to have somebody of this capacity on our summit is just amazing. I'm just so glad she said yes. How does it get any better than this? Would you like to add anything, Rebecca?
Yeah, and I just we've called Lisa's talk Make Technology Your Lover, inviting technology to contribute to your creations. And just if you think about when you are talking to someone that is a lover for you and the contribution that that person can be to the life and the softness and the caring and the gratitude that is there and what that contributes back to you in your personal life. Imagine what talking to technology as your lover can do for your business and for what you're trying to create. And I know that I will be listening to the replay of Lisa's and it is going to be a really rocking talk. So, who do we want to talk about next? What are we going to say behind their backs?
Let's talk about Corey and Michelle and Catherine McIntosh. That's easy for me to say. McIntosh.
Well, I'm going to do a big girl crush that because I work with these two women, these powerhouses that are taking over the world, like Beyonce rule the world style. And these two just really know how to rock it on a global scale. And I've heard Corey talk about this a few times where she says that she uses social media as her megaphone to the universe. And her way of really using it to connect to all the molecules, which coincidentally draws you into everything she posts like wildfire. And so we just want you to be able to have that capacity too. So we're going to have an hour-long conversation with Corey and Catherine about social media and drawing people in and being willing to have what you'd really desire.
Now, they're very talented. And one of the things that I got from Corey many years ago was I used to have this point of view that social media was boring and not very useful and shouldn't be in existence. Well, once she actually told me that you can make money out of social media, my ears pricked up. And since then, I've been learning more and more about social media and been following Corey. I don't know Catherine quite so well, but following Corey with her posts and how she's creating her business with that, which is a six-figure business now, which is just amazing. How does it get any better than that?
Yeah, and well, I'll fill you in on the details with Catherine because Catherine is also up in those numbers. And what I've really noticed with the difference with Catherine's work and what she's doing is that she has a true willingness to be vulnerable. And she'll share anything that will create on social media. She really doesn't have a point of view. And if things like her website crashes or something goes on and she's like, oh no, my website's crashing, contribute to me. And people on Facebook are like, of course. And I wonder, what level of receiving you could open up to if you were willing to have an embodiment and a vulnerability like these women have on social media.
That's one of the things that I really love about all our presenters, Rebecca, is that they're all willing to be that level of vulnerability, and that's lowering the barriers so that they can actually connect with their audience and connect with their people in such a way that it makes business with them so much fun and you get so much more out of it. They all follow the energy in a way that is unique to them. And, you know, like, you don't have to buy everybody's package. That would be great too, and we'll have that probably on the fly. Maybe we'll have the mega package where you can get everybody's package.
Wow, how would that be?
Yeah, just like, does that feel right for you, Rebecca? Should we make an executive decision on that, or
can you just hold your horses like 5 seconds? These people
sorry,
don't. Yeah, they don't know what we're doing. They barely know what this summit is, and you're like light years away. I know that you have like a Star Wars spaceship or whatever, but we just need to like hold our horses a bit. So after we've had these hangouts, we've actually created special packages that are really going to support you and create what you're looking to create with business. So if you want to have a tutorial on hand to know exactly how to do a Google Hangout whenever you want it, it is there. If you want coaching, it is there. There is I'm not going to go through all these because technically they're supposed to be surprises.
burn.
Muppet
Man, bag again.
let the cat out of the bag.
Hey, I tell you what if we just pod and pock all that, and then they'll all forget it?
Then they won't remember.
They won't remember what amazing things that they can get later on.
Pod pock. You didn't see any of this.
Look into my eyes, look into my eyes, look into my eyes. Now you will forget.
I think that only works if you're a hypnotherapist.
I am a hypnotherapist.
Oh,
I keep telling myself I'm beautiful every day.
Okay, that is brilliant. Onward with the program. Who else do we want to talk about? Who are we missing?
My mate Matt Botchler.
Yay!
He's another crazy dude from Denver. I don't know if he's still in Denver, but he's still crazy.
Really? He hopped on a plane yesterday in Australia.
He's in Australia. Oh my God! How's it get any better than that?
Know. Hi across the ditch. Yeah. So I first met Matt when I did a help me with technology call on Facebook, and he said he would help me, and he fixed my problem while tantalizing me with homemade pizza across the other side of Skype. It was the most delicious and annoying Skype conversation of my entire life so far. And he just has such a brilliant ease with technology. His talk is actually called Tech Ease. So if you know a little bit about Access's background, it might be a bit of a gimmick or a joke for you.
What I love about Matt. What I love about Matt is he also can talk the tech talk, but he doesn't make it a rightness and you a wrongness for not understanding it, and he's very fun and easy to be with regards to tech talk, tech ease.
Yeah. So we're going to get technological in a way that will be really easy. How awesome would that be, to not feel like the language was gibberish backwards in Chinese?
Yeah.
And if you do manage to talk gibberish backwards in Chinese, we're sorry. Please find your own example. Also had Sophie, who popped out of the woodworks for us, and she's like, I love technology. Let me talk about it. And she is going to be doing a talk called Acknowledging Your Hidden Superpower. And this one actually really took me by surprise because I've never even really thought of technology as a superpower. And it was like, oh, right, of course, duh. How cute
Yeah.
can I be? And so it's just, I can just perceiving the energy of what this talk is going to be like. This is pretty damn potent. Like,
How does it get any better than this? It's like, yeah, what if you acknowledge your superpowers in all your areas, and acknowledge when things actually go right with your technology as well? And I'm sure Sophie's going to be talking about that. I mean, as in right, as in working. So many of us go, it's not working, it's not working, it's a pile of poo.
yeah, so Sophie will be really, really awesome. I'm looking forward to that. And then we also have the lovely Victoria Hickman, who does a lot of the content creation for Access and the Joy of Business and some of those different entities with Access. And she's going to be talking about that kind of side of marketing. So if you have a blog, or if you want a blog, or if you would like to jazz it up or know how to create it, that's really what we're going to be talking about with Victoria, and doing videos for your blog and that kind of thing.
And she's living in Australia now. She's an ex-New Zealand. Do you know we've got 3 New Zealanders on this summit now? That's pretty amazing.
That is cool. We're starting to rock it. Woo!
We're having the All Blacks invasion. Watch out, world.
Is there a rugby game on while the summit's on? We should wear a uniform.
We've got our Paisley. Look.
No, like a black uniform. Or we could dress up as Kiwis.
Oh, okay. What, like the bird? And like, ooh, I'm a Kiwi. Oh, you mean like an All Black?
You guys will make charge some extra money. If you have never idea what we're doing right now, you want to Google New Zealanders.
Sorry, we're being silly. The rest of the world don't know anything about New Zealand, so we should perhaps stop talking about New Zealand.
Pod park.
We'll just go back and have more coffee, thanks.
Right, yeah.
Hey.
Okay, I really want to, we've got one more speaker left, and he is absolutely fantastic. I met him in November last year, and I've actually nicknamed him the Monopoly Man, because he is just so fantastic with business and money. And it is Sean Sargent, and I met him at some Access classes. He is an ex-accountant, and he travels around the world coaching different businesses and helping small businesses launch their dream type of business. And just the questions that he asks and the ease that he has with judgment and money and business is so phenomenal. I was like, I want more. How am I going to get more? Oh, this is, I'm telling secrets now. This is the only reason we're having this Joy of Technology Summit, so I could have an hour's conversation with Sean. There we go. It's out of the
I think I'm going to come in as co-host on that one, like, I'm just going to override it.
You can't come. You're not allowed.
You're not allowed. Oh, well, you know what you do when you say that to a humanoid? You just created it. You just watch me.
Yeah.
Sean is an amazing dude. I met him for the first time at the 7-day event here in New Zealand. And
in November, you just don't remember.
Oh, did I? Oh, okay. Yeah, well, I was different back then. And the kindness and caring that he bees with business and with people is just phenomenal too. So we've had a look at like the vulnerability that Corey bees, and here we have a gentleman that has a kindness and caring that goes into all aspects of his life. So that is something that I think he'll bring to the table that he bees. In fact, all of our phenomenal presenters, they bring to the table, they bring to this webinar each some sort of being that allows them to commune with the molecules of technology in such a way that creates something totally different on the planet. And this summit is not just about technology like you see everywhere else. This is what you can be to create a difference with technology.
Yeah, and this is where the superpower piece comes in. This is where the acknowledgement piece, the willingness to be and to receive with energy. And so, as Liam said, this is really different. It's not normal. It's not going to be tutorials of exactly how to do. This is going to be pragmatic energy, um, like how to basically troubleshoot the problems you have with technology using access consciousness tools.
Mm.
And so for me,
I was reading Gary Douglas's book Beyond Utopian Ideals the other day, and part of what he was saying about going beyond is that you've got to destroy and uncreate everywhere where you have a point of view. If you still have a point of view about something, you can never go beyond it. So if you have any sort of point of view about technology or business, if things are not changing, you've got a point of view. And in order to go beyond it, you've got to destroy and uncreate it every day so that you can keep on going and creating and generating more fun and more adventure in that particular area of your life. And that's what we're doing exactly with this summit. So we're actually on the creative edge of technology here, not the cutting edge, but the creative edge where you can keep out creating yourself, out creating other businesses and having fun doing it, having joy doing it.
yeah. And so this summit is going to be set up pretty much exactly like this. You will be able to ask your questions live through the chat box, and we will be asking those questions for you with the facilitators. This class isn't just about boosting our egos. This is about finding out what you really do want to find out.
I thought it was about boosting my ego.
No, honey.
No? Oh, okay. I got it wrong again. Oh,
I
God.
know. Jeez. What are we going to do about that?
I don't know. I think I'm incurable.
Liam's actually written a book called Curing the Incurable, for those of you that
Don't buy it and change your reality.
Yeah. So this is a summit that goes on for the entire month of July. We start with our first hangout on the 30th of June with Tara. They're at 2 p.m. every Monday and Wednesday, PST. I think
What's
so.
that? Post
Pacific Standard Time.
Or something.
All on the website. It's all on the joyoftechnology.com/summit. We have the time zone conversions up there to make it easy for you, so you won't miss out. And like, what would your life feel like after a month of communicating with the molecules of technology with an ease and the joy?
Yeah. Just quickly, Rebecca, what are you going to bring to the summit? I mean, apart from your fantastic, awesome love of technology and your happiness and joy with it.
What do you mean apart from my fabulousness? No, I'm actually going to be offering some hold your hand sessions. So if there's something where you would like to mastermind with a technologist that has a background in media and marketing and branding, as well as a real convenient and easy way of creating what you'd like to create and have it show up how you would like to on the screen, I'd be so happy to walk you through whatever you would like to create and hold your hand and help you out with that.
Oh, that's cool. Awesome. How does it get any better than that? But
Yeah.
we'll send people more about that sort of stuff as the summit progresses. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Oh, wow. Cool. I'm so glad I've got you on the team. I wouldn't know what to do without you. How does it get any better than that?
Oh, what a fantastic manipulation.
Yeah. And that's the other thing, is the gratitude that you can have for the technology in your life. So many people walk around going, bloody internet's not working, and da-da-da-da-da. Where's the gratitude in that, and what are you really creating with that? More fun and ease with your life, or more trauma and drama? And that's one of the things I'll be looking at with a special package called The Joy of Technology, and it will be probably a 4-week tele-call where we'll be putting a book on and looking at some really cool and interesting stuff with technology, and maybe a few private sessions if that's what people desire.
Awesome.
What do you desire?
Yeah. So come and play. It's winter for New Zealand, so cozy up with your computer. And it's summer, so you get to relax and take your computer outside and get a tan while listening to the amazing summits and resources that we have available for you. So
It's
come and
funny,
play.
Rebecca, you saying that. I've just found another use for my computer. It runs so hot on these Hangouts, I just can put it on my lap and I warm up. Oh my God, it's so cool.
How does it get any better? So yeah,
Yeah,
come and play with us. Come and ask your questions. Come and create the kind of change that you would really like to have in your life with technology.
yeah. I think that's a good spot to finish because you just summed it up so beautifully there. Thanks, Rebecca.
Thank you. Awesome. How does it get any better?
Yeah. So if you haven't checked out the webpage of all those other amazing, phenomenal facilitators of technology, our technologist team, you can go to www.joyoftechnology/summit,
There we
and it
go.
will be underneath here somewhere as well. How does it get any better?
Absolutely. Cool. Thank you so much, everyone.
Okay. Ciao.